Lamar Jackson is one of 3 men that currently have an MVP in this league. Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, and Aaron Rodgers. 3 guys. All the players, that's 1,500 players, have an MVP. So we have to judge him. We have to critique him to the highest standard.
Corn chips. Corn chips.
Like Superman running out of the locker room. Jackson. First down, touchdown. And here comes Lamar Jackson.
Not bad for a running back.
You know, this would actually be sad if it wasn't so pathetic. You really gonna sit there and tell us, try to convince us that the reason why you guys have been so hard on Lamar Jackson throughout his career is simply because he's an MVP? You know, I really hope when you were practicing this in the mirror, Shannon Sharpe, I really hope that you weren't expecting anybody to believe you, because that is the biggest amount of malarkey I've ever seen in my life. And y'all said some real outlandish stuff. But if you want to talk about his MVP year, let's talk about his MVP year. His unanimous MVP year. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the fact that every time the Ravens played a tough opponent, y'all never picked them to win. And when they did win, you would always find some way to never give Lamar Jackson or the Ravens credit for the win. Then when Jackson did something extraordinary, made a big accomplishment, you downplayed it. Like, that was all y'all did in 2019. You downplayed him breaking Michael Vick's single-season quarterback rushing record when they played against the Jets.
He was I mean, you know, look, he was you know.
Hell, it wasn't even that long ago when some of y'all was saying that y'all would rather have a franchise starter with Kyler Murray over Lamar Jackson. Not to mention, Shannon Sharpe himself has been very, very critical on Lamar Jackson's throwing ability, saying he needs to see more consistency from Lamar Jackson. How much consistency do you need? Lamar Jackson has a couple, maybe 5 or 6 off the top of my head, passing records in the NFL. How accurate does he have to be? How consistent does he have to be? Until you get your head out of your butt and admit, hey, you know what? He actually is accurate with the ball. He actually is consistent with the ball. One thing that goes with consistency, a quarterback throwing the ball, catching the ball. The infamous game in Pittsburgh, which you two love bringing up, the fact that the Ravens lost, and y'all just love blaming that on Lamar Jackson. It was his fault they lost the game, not the fact that the receivers and tight ends dropped 8 or 9 passes. 3 of them were guaranteed touchdowns. That wasn't on them. That was on Lamar. And one of my favorite things that was brought up during that game is that the Ravens were 1-6 in the red zone. And that was on Lamar, despite the fact that the receivers were dropping the ball. And then against the Detroit Lions this past Sunday, it was 5 of 6 when they were actually catching the ball. You guys want to make a statement? How about you make the one that's true? Should have come on TV, looked at the camera and said, y'all, it's a double standard when it comes to Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson must be perfect.
What you're saying is Lamar has to be perfect every single snap.
Well, he does.
That's what you're saying. That's what you're saying. Because here's the thing. We have sat. Pause for a second.
Everyone else can do whatever they want to do. They can lose a game. They can throw a game, lose an interception. They can fumble the ball, the 1-yard line. They can do all that stuff, but we're going to let that pass. The second Lamar Jackson does something wrong, we're going to be right there to just rub it in his face. I have seen horrible games from Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts. I've seen horrible games from them. They will talk about it for one day. Lamar Jackson makes one mistake and they talk about it throughout the entire season. No, screw that. They talk about it through his entire career. I guarantee you they still holding on to this playoff win thing. Especially Stephen A. Smith. That is his one hairline thing that he can hold on to that says Lamar Jackson is not one of the best. The fact that he's only won 1 playoff game, and according to him, it was only against Ryan Tannehill. If you lose to Patrick Mahomes, that's one thing. The goal to get to the playoffs is not to lose to Patrick Mahomes, it's to beat Patrick Mahomes and go to the Super Bowl. Yes, Joe Burrow has done that, but then he went to the Super Bowl and came home empty. And Lamar Jackson hasn't played Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs yet. But he has beaten Mahomes. And you remember last time he played him and beat Mahomes? He was doing it with a bunch of second and third string guys on his team because the starters were hurt that season. Minus Mark Andrews and the running game with guys like Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins, Lamar really hasn't had a go-to guy at the wide receiver position. Yeah, he had Marquise Brown, but unless he was by himself, he didn't really catch anything. Josh Allen has had help. Joe Burrow has had help. So where's their ridicule? Where's their constant beatdown? Where's their, hey, you got to win more. You got to do more. You have more, so you should be able to do more. They have more than Lamar Jackson, and they have done nothing. Now Lamar Jackson actually has some toys to play with. Now he actually has some stuff and make himself and his offense more dangerous. But I guarantee you, y'all still won't give him the praise that he deserves. Hell, y'all damn near lost your minds when Tom Brady retired and then made a shout out to Lamar Jackson saying it's your turn. Y'all lost your minds. Well, what did Tom Brady mean about that? Like, Lamar Jackson, he only won one playoff game. What does Tom Brady mean about that? But it's about him being great, though, right? That's what it's all about. Having him at a higher standard? Bull. We don't want no lame excuse as to why y'all like to pick on Lamar Jackson. We don't want no lame excuse. What the world wants and what Lamar Jackson has earned is your apology. Your apology for calling him a running back. Your apology for saying he should have just went ahead and switched to the wide receiver position. Your apology for continually to say that he can't throw the ball even though he has thrown multiple bombs down the field and scored touchdowns doing the same thing. This year and years past. That's the only thing that should be coming out of y'all mouths, because y'all were the ones that was doubting this guy ever since he came out of college. Y'all were the ones saying he wasn't going to do nothing in this league. He wasn't going to last long in this league. And now all of a sudden you trying to switch it up and say that we didn't say this or we didn't do that and talking to us like we stupid. Facts will always outweigh opinions. And the fact is, Lamar Jackson, some of the records that he has and some of the things that he's accomplished, there's only one other guy that's actually made those accomplishments, and that is Tom Brady. And speaking of Tom Brady, he's beaten Tom Brady twice. He's played him twice, beaten him twice. Nobody else, none of these new guys, none of these young bucks can say that. Lamar can. Man.
This is fun.
Did that go the way you thought it was going to go? Nope.
But you know what? I will say it takes a special kind of person. It takes a special kind of group of people to get on a boat where you know it's riddled with holes and it's been sinking for the last 5-6 years, and yet you stay on that boat and refuse to get off of it. Just be stubborn as hell. Just stay there and stand on your values and your morals of the understanding and definition of who Lamar Jackson really is. It takes a special person to do that. Now, the funny part is that you actually put it on TV and actually think people are going to join you.
No! It's just dumb.
Because we just looking at you and we're like, dude, we're not getting on the boat. Nobody wants to join you. You stay there. We're going to stay over here. Because once all the dust has settled and all the smoke has cleared, I would much rather be on the side that had faith and belief in Lamar Jackson being one of the greatest quarterbacks to play this game and enjoy watching him play while I can. But y'all go ahead, enjoy your foolishness. It gives me something to do later on.
Give me 2 taps and a Ric Flair.
Thank you for watching this video. By all means, like, share, and leave a comment. And if you want to see more content, go ahead and push the subscribe and notification button for videos already up and for the ones to come.